Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. A little early. Let me get this shared. We're going to go over, we're going to co-host with Tracy. Let me get this all shared out really quick. Spring is starting at the Home Depot, and we're bringing you low prices guaranteed so you can wake up your yard this season. Shape up your lawn. We have a lot of things to go over today, so let me know when you're in the car. Good morning. I'm just getting it all shared out. How are you?
I'm good. I'm here. I did it all on time.
Yay. Are you parked?
I am parked. I am parked. I am across from the scene of
You
the
might want to
crime.
take your seatbelt off.
Oh,
I was
yep.
just waiting for people to come in and doing my shares so we could get people in
Okay.
here.
Yep. Here we go. I'll spin it around here. I am parked. 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 Not driving. Not moving.
Yep. I
This
just
is.
love Florida. Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And until you're at a crime scene.
Right. And then you have to recreate.
Well, then you have to realize it's not so pretty when
When
young
you see
people.
beneath the sand.
Yeah, when the young people um, lose their lives.
Yes. I was just reading it because I hadn't had a chance yet. I had pulled it all up but never got to go through it. But I got to the point where she was pew-pewed in a robbery attempt. And
And I keep watching it, and the thing that aggravates me most about this is the case of Thomas Stein, who
Alexa, stop.
he and with some other people were in his mother's rent-a-car, and the Hertz guy was on. So obviously it was a Hertz rent-a-car, and usually they don't let 16-year-olds drive around.
Right.
So there's something going to go on there, I'm sure, if it's not already. Um, and so they allowed
Morning,
him
Tiff.
to drive this vehicle, not Hertz, his parents, or he took it, one or the other. And
Okay, Tiff.
they had spent the day at the beach with the family, with his family. And these three ladies, young ladies, they were in the 14s, 15s. They had walked. Let me show you. Let me flip this around. They had walked down this road, which
I
at
love
the
you,
end of
Tiff.
this road where all those cars are going is the Coralwood Mall, and there's a movie theater there. And then let's go behind me, this direction, a little bit down the road. This is here. I should probably get out. Problem is, it's sugar sand.
I love sugar sand. You'll have to take your
Well,
shoes
no,
off and
it's
go
not
barefoot.
beach. No, it's not beach sand. It's sugar dirt, is what it
Oh.
is. Yeah, we call it sugar sand because that's what's out in the yard. It's all mixed. It's dirt mixed with sand, is what it is, and it's filthy. Here comes a lady with her
Love you,
dog.
Tiff.
So.
I'm so sorry. Just pray everything's all right for Tiff's mom. She says she's having tests on her liver and she's worried.
Oh yeah, let's. Yep.
Here's
Prayers
what
for that.
it says. What happened the night of the shooting was March the 17th of 2024. It says there's nobody in here. Tiff, are you in here? I have 0 people. Hang on a minute.
I have one,
I have 0 people.
but
Where
it
is everybody?
says that we have people. I mean, we have Tracy Lynn here. She sent
We
heart.
Hey, Tracy. I had Tiff over here, but now it says 0. Tiff, are you still in here? I don't have any taps or anything. That's wild. Let me get Eddie in here to tap us out. Send us out so we can get this out. Tell people. It goes through the whole dang garden before you can get where you want to go. Okay, I can get out now.
So let me show you. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Beautiful neighborhood.
And they were
And
walking to McDonald's, or they were walking.
Right. They were walking from this direction, and they were headed to right around there, down there on the other side of the trees where the McDonald's was. And there's a road here that goes down that way. Like I say, these are beautiful houses. It's beautiful houses, but right here where the flowers are, is where she lost her life. So,
and the car went down, turned around, came back, and the guy went right toward her and started shooting. And
yeah, there was a fight, struggle trying to rob them. I mean, we're talking 3 little girls.
Yeah. 13,
and then
14, 15.
Then they want to whine about the fact that, I don't know why these people are slowing down and looking at.
Making sure you're all right.
No, I doubt it. This is, but right here is an empty field. I don't know what that had to do, or if it had to do with anything, or if they were sitting there or just driving. There's the mall down that way, and then the McDonald's is right over there on the other side of these trees. And this is right here in the middle of a neighborhood where she lost her life.
So sad. And that would be, I grew up in a subdivision. That'd be me walking to town or walking home or
3 little girls. Mm-hmm. 3 little, I want to say little girls. They were 14.
What did they think they were going to get from them, I wonder?
Exactly. I don't think they were robbing them. I think that's just a BS story.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Hey, Britt, thank you. Tracy's on location at the scene of the murder that the 15-year-old boy. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Woo-hoo. Thank you, Brittany. You're amazing. Hey, Storm. Storm is coming. Welcome in. We are, give the name there, Tracy, for the ones coming in, please. Where you're at. Is it Bree?
Yes, I am. We are in Cape Coral, Florida, on the scene of where a young lady lost her life 2 years ago in a supposed robbery attempt, and something which I believe in defense attorneys, don't get me wrong, but the narrative they are throwing out there is it's just boys being boys. Boys being boys don't take a car that's not theirs, carrying a gun, and robbing people. That's not a boy antics. Boy antics are using the roof of a house as a diving platform and trying to get into the pool.
Thank you, Mars Mom. Yeah.
That is boys antics. But I will show you, it shows where the flowers are. So it's actually the exact spot. This is the exact spot of this poor child.
Her name was Kayla Rinkin Miller. She was 15, lived in Cape Coral, Florida. Barbara asked for an update. She was reported missing January of 22 after leaving home, and Early reports indicate she was last seen with other teens, believed to be voluntary out at first. This delayed immediate classification as a high-risk abduction. Within days of her disappearance, Kayla was found pew-pewed to
No,
death.
no, no, no. That's a different Kayla.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a different Kayla. This little girl was, she was with a group of friends. They had come down from that direction to the Coralwood Mall, from the Coralwood Mall where the movies were. And there's a couple Kaylas. And then I noticed that when I was filming. And then they were headed this direction and going towards, over on the other side of these trees, the McDonald's. And they were robbed by a SUV full of boys who were being boys with a GUN and pew-pewed her accidentally. The gun went off accidentally in a type of strong-arming them. And she was pew-pewed and later passed away, and the hospital is probably a mile that direction. So we know that the hospital, they were very close by to the hospital. So she got almost immediate medical attention, and she did not make it. Her other friends were there, and they were just a group of giggly girls before this happened.
The prosecution's theory says she was targeted by people she knew, and killing involved a planned or escalated situation, not accidental, and the firearm was used to close or known proximity. Motive has been publicly detailed in full, but centers around teen conflict dynamics. And it said something about the jurors overheard an argument between the two sides.
Yeah,
yesterday.
there's something going on with the jurors that happened yesterday. And they overheard two sides to the family, two different
Versions.
yeah. Oh, and we got real life of what it sounded like. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they stopped right there, but trying to flip my camera, but I can't see. But yeah, and like I say, the trial is it's on now, and it is on either court TV or Law and Crime or on the YT. If you'd like to watch it, it's there.
It was in 22, wasn't it? 24, 22?
I thought it was 24. This one was fairly recent.
They were arrested in 22, it says. The 22 was when she was found, and then 22 to 25 was pre-trial phase. Lots of delays, legal motions, prep for trial. One co-defendant moved toward cooperation or a plea resolution, and focus shifted heavily to building case against Thomas Stein. And then in 26 is the new trial and developments, and that's what's going on right now. It says during jury selection, an altercation occurred in the courthouse hallway involving the victim's family and the defendant's family. Critical issue is potential jurors may have overheard the confrontation, and the judge is now questioning jurors individually, determining who heard anything and whether bias was introduced. Jury contamination is possible with that, and jury dismissal, trial delay, and in extreme cases, a mistrial. So, first degree.
Do you have the photograph of her and him?
I have what you sent me, but I can get it.
Yeah.
I've got the links here. I'm sure.
I know. I need to get another phone. Is what I need to get, so I can have one for research and one.
Right. Let's see where. Source. Thank you. Hey, Angie. Back porch. Thank you with the populars and y'all doing the thing.
And you can hear that the fire department is very close by, and the hospital is right down the road. So the medical care she received was fairly quickly. And I keep forgetting the name of the man who just went to prison, who tattooed his face when he went to court. I can't remember his name. However, this happened in Cape Coral also.
Dang. You're fine, Angie. How to verify this is I'm not getting
Good
the
morning,
sources.
Julie. I have the picture, but I don't know how to do. I think I can.
Green screen.
Yeah.
Like where you get your eyelashes or something.
Yeah, well, that's a different screen. I found that out. Okay, let's see. Stickers, effects. It was under enhance. Okay, now.
Is that him?
Green screen. Yes, that's him. That is him. And
let's see if I can find her.
Let me find. How do I get I select the picture here. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I got it. We'll get this going. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I finally figured out how to turn my eyelashes off. It had to do with another thing. Let me
get
see.
Notified. Do you have your notification set where we've reset, where we've done the whatever? Go up there like you're going to reset. Well, reset if you don't care, and then that person icon, and then check your notifications, see if they're on or if they reset to the middle.
Well, this is the case.
There we
right
go.
Right here, Florida versus Thomas Stein. And I'm looking for her.
Thank you for the follow.
That's Gary. By the way, that podcast.
Oh, I have all 3 episodes queued up to listen to right now.
Oh,
after we get done, that's what we're going to do is hear all 3 episodes.
Awesome.
It was amazing. Did you all get to hear the podcast?
Let me find the victim.
Oh, my back.
Now, this is where we are right now. This is right here.
And right there's the pole, the street pole, right, or whichever way we go.
And I'm sitting right over here in this empty lot. And you can see the stop sign there and on the corner of 20th and 16th. And that's where we are at the moment. I thought I had a photograph of her, but I don't see it here.
And I was there to assist him. Was there also a metal detector that was used?
This is live right now.
Was there anything specific that you were
This is live
for?
now.
Yes, so just additional items of evidence, mainly ballistic evidence. And when you say ballistic evidence, can you just
I can't get it to go sideways.
So we were looking for any spent shell casings or cartridge casings that would have been ejected from a firearm, as well as any projectiles. And to your knowledge, had any ballistic evidence been collected from the scene prior to you arriving? No, none. And when you were there, was any found?
If you're coming in, let me know you're here.
When you arrived on the scene, do you recall about what time it was you got there?
True Crime with Brit's got the first place today with that Superwoman, whatever. That was beautiful. Thank you. Barbara, Back Porch Confessions, number 2, and Angie, number 3. Thank you all. Everybody else, thank you for being here, tapping, sharing.
When you arrived on the scene,
we are going over.
No.
That's the trial happening right now on the Thomas Stein Cape Coral teen murder trial. Thank you. I appreciate that, Megan. Everybody, when you come in, check your notifications and make sure they've not been reset to the middle, and you get all of them if you're wanting to be notified. We've been having a problem with people not knowing we're on. Good morning, Megan. Reese's for Pieces just coming in. Thank you. Hey.
Hello.
We're going over Thomas Stein, Cape Coral teen murder, and Tracy's on scene. And that corner right there is where the little girl was found pewed to unaliving.
She was with friends who tried to save her life, and she was on the phone talking to her mother when the police and first responders got there. And, of course, they took over. They came down to the scene. She was transferred right down the road, this direction, to the hospital, so everything was done so quickly.
Can you imagine if you grew up in a neighborhood, you and your friends are just walking down the street, you've been down this way, you're headed to get you some McDonald's, and this car drives past and then turns around and comes back, and they just mob them, basically, and shoot her.
Can you
She
imagine?
goes, I've been shot, and then...
I just can't imagine the... I mean, I know me and my friends, you couldn't drive, so you walked everywhere, and it was in a group.
Bicycle or walk, yeah.
Yep, you were in a group, so that you were, I think there were 3 of them, so that they were...
Hey, Crystal.
Were not by themselves. They were buddy system.
In a group. Mm-hmm.
And it's just sad.
Thank you. Was she the only one that got shot, or were they at the other girls? Or
she was the only one that got shot. I have a feeling when that pew pew went off, that sound, they jumped in that vehicle and left. So yeah, that's how that. Let me find me again. Let me get out of this so I can.
Let me add that sticker, huh? I couldn't miss any lives this morning. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. How are you? We're good. We're going over that. I have to keep looking because I can't remember his name. Thomas Stein, Cape Coral teen murder trial. Well, this says that it was possibly, allegedly, like, here. What was it I said a while ago? They called it
a revenge type of thing.
Like a school.
They're trying to make it seem like this poor kid that shot her. And I know that it needs to be the truth and all, but...
Oh, Crystal, thank you. Oh, my gosh. Thank you. I missed it.
I saw some beautiful little pink.
I missed it. Thank you, hon.
I got to get out of this. Okay, here we are.
That put you up in first place, didn't it?
Ooh, you're in first place.
Yeah, Crystal. You're in first place. True Crime with Britt. That moved you down to second. And then Back Porch Confessions in the top 3 as always. Angie, Autism Mom, and Megan are pulling in close. Thank you guys. And Auntie Cricket, Storms Coming, Tracy, Lynn, Christina. Don't forget your heart me's if you can. And right there's that corner.
And the flowers are where she lost her life. Or where she was pew-pewed, and I believe she passed on the way to the hospital or at the hospital. So
she was with friends near McDonald's after a movie. SUV followed them. Masked individuals exited the vehicle, demanded the belongings, and the shooting occurred shortly after confrontation.
And like in many states, in the state of Florida, if somebody passes during the commission of a crime,
then it's homicide.
Right. Even if it's one of the people that are actually doing the crime, if it's
or if it's a heart attack and yep.
Whoever, if it's during the commission of a crime, and then he's as a
thank you, Crystal, so much.
A pew pew, then he definitely is going to go down, I believe. But now they're trying to say it was the gun just went off. Well, yeah, if you have your finger on the trigger.
Judy just texted me and said she can't find me. Anybody else having trouble finding me? Let me get over here and invite her. I should have invited her with that, Judy. There you are. Send. Maybe she'll get it now. There you are. There you are. Where'd you go, Tracy? You driving?
No.
Oh,
not me.
Teleporting?
Yes.
Good idea. That's what I do.
I've got to go to the
You could check your notifications, guys. Go and up here at the bottom, like you're going to reset, and then beside that, it'll say notifications. Be sure and check that that's all. Thank you, Judy. Tracy was showing us on scene where that murder happened, and they said there's no confirmed recovery of any murder weapon. Evidence includes just witness testimony, the vehicle connection, the rental car, and the prior firearm imagery reported. Let's see.
And the mother did purchase the several
Thank you,
months
Krista.
prior. The mother did purchase, I believe, 2 pew-pews. So, yeah.
So the co-defendant entered a plea or cooperation agreement. Trial issues, it's ongoing, it's live right now. But yesterday had a hallway altercation and potentially contaminated the jury. What'd they say about the mom's weapon going missing?
I'm not certain that, but the prosecution put the mom on the stand. I'd have to go back and look at.
Guys, stick around. We're going to go over the 3 episodes of
this awesome. I mean, it is awesome.
It's what is Time of Death podcast? I could not think of the name.
Yeah.
Judy reposting. Thank you. And share.
Yeah. And if you, well, you've downloaded them, but if you want to go to Beth Braden, Braden, on FB, and you will see that
the link to it, maybe.
You will see that she's got it linked, yeah. So it'll be there.
Something here says that key articles now most detailed and current says the trial plus the jury issue plus the overview. It confirms jury pool thrown out after hallway altercation. Trial restarted. Kayla was shot during an attempted robbery and co-defendant took a plea deal and will testify. Witness testimony, of course, tells what happened. We've already gone over that. If you're just coming in, she was walking home. We're walking from a movie to McDonald's. SUV followed them. People jumped out in masks and attempted robbery and shot her. She says, I got shot before collapsing. And here, you can watch it there. Thank you for the heart me. Who was that? Mississippi Mud Flapper. Thank you. And her name was Kayla Miller, 15. And Thomas Stein was charged with first-degree murder and attempted robbery. Christopher Horn Jr. is the one that took the plea deal and is expected to testify. There was jury contamination from the hallway altercation, which is a major issue, and an ongoing dispute who actually fired the gun.
I'm going to do this real quick. There's the McDonald's right there.
Yep. You know that you can drive with your phone on a mount with that pointing out the window as long as your steering wheel's not in the way?
My
Thank you, Judy. Be sure to
My
set your
mount
notifications, Judy, to all. That's where you're not getting notified, I think. Everybody check your notifications. Go ahead, Tracy. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't. No.
My nose is
Sorry.
stopped up.
The mount is at home in the closet somewhere.
Okay. The mount is what?
At home in the closet after we moved.
Oh, for your car.
Yeah.
I've got so many. They're everywhere. I got one on the end of the bar. I got one in the car. I got one in the truck. I got one in the office. 2 or 3 in the office, actually. I keep breaking them. Angie, I appreciate your support. Thank you so much for doing that. You are amazing. You guys, we're discussing the Thomas Stein teen murder trial. Does anybody know about it or have any questions? Tracy was just on scene showing us from a bird's eye view. Actually, better than a bird's eye view.
Right on the ground.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground.
Thank you for sharing. How many we got? 322. And Eddie just did 5,000 taps. Oh, no.
Oh, right, Eddie. Eddie's working hard.
He'll be in tap jail, though. He'll be in tap jail.
Oh, no.
Let me see if he's working here.
Hey, I figured out that TikTok has its own little world.
Yeah.
You have to live according to TikTok's
guidelines.
not socialist, but not socialist, but whatever that
communist.
is. Communist.
Mm-hmm. Hey, King, come on in.
Rules. I'm actually at my doctor's appointment site, and it's right across practically from the hospital, so I can show you how close all of this is.
Yeah, that didn't take you but a second.
That's what I'm saying. She got the medical care as quick as possible. So.
Right here, there's a man who murdered his 11-year-old son and girlfriend with a shotgun giggled in court because he had a joke stuck in his head.
He is a joke. What an idiot. And the poor defense, well, not poor, I mean, the defense attorneys, they don't get a lot for what they do. However, on most cases, but there they are with these clients that are just totally, oh my gosh. I mean, all attorneys have it rough, but.
Yep. Let me read this. David Huff pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder on Tuesday, just over a year after he was arrested in connection with the deaths of his 11-year-old son, Jeremiah Huff, and his 32-year-old girlfriend. I guess that must be the dad's girlfriend. Because when I first read it, I was like, so the boy has a 32-year-old girlfriend. The way they had it written.
You sound like me. You better stop that while you can. Get out of.
So apparently Huff fired the shotgun at his stepfather, but he ran out of bullets, and Huff did not plead guilty to charge of attempted murder.
My gosh. I thought my car was still running, the AC, but I'm right by a car wash, so it's the sound of the car wash.
Now, Tracy, you're starting to sound like me.
Well, unfortunately, it's me too.
Crystal, I appreciate you tapping, sister. I see you doing that.
That's the car wash sound, so don't. Let me walk away.
So this is there's more than one Time of Death podcast, but this is the one with the Smoky Mountains.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there's like 3 that I could find. I didn't look for them, but
that's the first ones that pop up.
Yes.
Thank you. I haven't seen you on, Crystal. I've been looking for you. The first one's called One Weekend in February. Put a 1 in the comments if you want to hear it. When Tracy goes to the doctor.
Oh, you want to hear it? 11111.
One.
Yeah, I'm only going to show you this.
That's it, Judy.
Yeah, I'm only going to show you this, and then I'll be show you where the hospital is, and then whoops, now I got to go in a ditch. Good thing it's dry season. Okay.
It froze here last night. I'm glad I brought my fern in.
Oh, really?
It's taking up the whole floor of my office. It's a beautiful fern. I got that from church after Angie passed away. There it is.
Yeah, I have a peace lily. Wait, nope, that's my doctor's office behind me. Let me flip it around. That white building, that's the hospital. So that's how close everything was.
Well, he just got her in a bad spot for sure. He must have.
Yeah, yep. He just got her in
got an artery
spot. Yeah, she just couldn't hit survive.
The road, you guys. There's Aixa if you need any skincare, organic skincare.
All right. Well, you all, thank you for joining us this morning, and let's listen to the Time of Death podcast by Beth Braden about Gary Wayne Sutton. And I'm jumping off and coming back on her. I'll be back in your feed.
Okay. I love you, girl.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Say bye to Tracy. See ya. Thank you for the heart me.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the puffs and all the stuffs. Thank you. Thank you very much. 500 minutes. How long is 500 minutes? To me, that's a long time. Thanks for being here that long. I can't get this thing. Barbara, you know how it is trying to set the iPad up, and you know the camera's here. So y'all see me looking over here. Here's the chat. And the camera's right here. So that's why I look like a goofball. So, Time of Death podcast. Did anybody get to hear it last night? Put a 1 in the comments if you heard it already, and a 2 if you haven't. Let's see how many people heard the first episode. Bye, honey. You please be careful, y'all. You did hear the first. You did. Part of it. Ooh, you haven't. Okay. Is it on Amazon? I'm not sure if it is or not. Oh, it is. I thought you said, is it? It's on there. Okay. And the spot and the eye. Sometimes you just have to, Mississippi Mike. Well, we'll just start with it then. I thought if everybody'd already heard it that we would bypass it, but I heard a little. She did a good job. She did. She has a soothing voice like you do. Yes. Can you imagine having a production crew? Yeah, she's talented. I hope she really breaks it down. I'm right. You got to do it all yourself. I wouldn't know what I would do if I had a crew, somebody to help me with the orders or somebody to just do the packing. Or can't imagine what you could do if you had a crew. Mississippi, come on in. You swap out. Okay, here is. I wanted to go to her website. No, go back. This will be episode 1. The bells that tolled before.
Register today.
And apparently,
Louisville.org.
Please be advised. This episode contains discussion of mental health troubles, suicide, and suicide attempts. Please take care of yourself as you listen, and if you or anyone you know is struggling with mental health issues or suicidal thoughts, help is available by calling or texting 988, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can also find them on the web at 988lifeline.org. Now, on to the show. Chapter 2, The Bells That Tolled Before. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2026, and in 220 days, on December 3rd, 2026, the state of Tennessee is going to execute Gary Wayne Sutton for the 1992 homicide of his best friend, Tommy Griffin, and Tommy's sister, Connie Branham. If you've not yet heard episode 1, go back and listen so you're all caught up.
Oh, wait, how did I get on 2?
If you're enjoying the podcast...
Sorry about that.
Because of how flawed and unfair our justice system is. If you're here, you're probably familiar with true crime, and you've probably heard of other innocent people who spent decades in prison for crimes. Today is Thursday, April 23rd, 2026.
I'm sorry.
And in
Did you get it back?
224 days, on December 3rd, 2026,
I have a flash go.
The state of Tennessee.
Let's see, 12 heart me's? Are you kidding me? No thanks. Okay, good.
Is going to execute Gary Wayne Sutton for the 1992 homicide of his best friend, Tommy Griffin, and Tommy's sister, Connie Branham. Gary's co-defendant, his uncle James Dellinger, died on death row of natural causes for the same crimes in 2023. His brother Jimmy, his niece Amy, and his longtime friend Carolyn still call the hollers of Sevier County, Tennessee home, and they still call for exoneration and advocate for Gary's innocence. You'll hear from them in this series, especially from Carolyn. The state of Tennessee has been unswayed through motions for new trials, the appellate process, and a petition for post-conviction relief. The federal court was unmoved by a habeas petition, which is one of the last-ditch efforts that an inmate has. It's a lawsuit that essentially demands a warden in a prison produce proof of why it is lawful to hold someone prisoner. It comes from an old legal doctrine of habeas corpus, which literally means you have the body, but practically means that the inmate is claiming his or her incarceration by the state violates their constitutional rights under federal law. His final effort is a motion to be declared intellectually disabled, which would spare his life. After that, well, clemency or pardon from Tennessee's outgoing governor, Bill Lee, is a very long shot. You need to know right off the bat that I don't believe the death penalty is morally right. And I don't believe it's practically correct either because of how flawed and unfair our justice system is. If you're here, you're probably familiar with true crime, and you've probably heard of other innocent people who spent decades in prison for crimes they demonstrably didn't commit. Look at the case of Leo Schofield on Gilbert King's podcast, Bone Valley. Legal thriller author John Grisham wrote his first non-fiction novel about Ron Williamson, who was put on death row in Oklahoma for a rape and murder he didn't commit. Grisham called it The Innocent Man. There is an entire organization called the Innocence Project dedicated to exonerating wrongfully convicted prisoners. If there's an entire infrastructure dedicated to exoneration, then there is zero way that we, as a society, should be executing anybody because the risk of killing an innocent person is too high. My beliefs about the death penalty aside, I hope you'll hang with me as I do a deep dive into the case and what happened back on the weekend of February 21st, 1992 in Sevier and Blount counties in East Tennessee. This is Time of Death Podcast. I'm Beth Braden, and you're going with me on a real-time investigation as the clock ticks down towards Gary Sutton's execution.
I love that version of that song, too.
Gary Sutton's execution in December will be the fourth one Tennessee carries out in 2026. In Tennessee, the default method of execution is a single injection of pentobarbital, a barbiturate that causes depression of the body's central nervous system and death when administered in lethal doses. Inmates in Tennessee do have the option to choose electrocution in place of lethal injection. Tony
Wayne
Carruthers
Sutton.
was sentenced to death in 1996 for a triple homicide in Shelby County, which is out near Memphis. His execution date is set for May 21st, 2026. Daryl Hines is scheduled for execution on August 13th, 2026, for the 1986 stabbing of a motel maid in Kingston Springs, which is west of Nashville. Krista Gale Pike will be put to death on
20
September
minutes,
30th
please.
for the 1996 homicide of Colleen Slimmer during a Job Corps assignment in Knoxville. Krista Pike will be the first woman put to death in Tennessee in 200 years. And then, in December, Gary Sutton's time is up unless he's granted some kind of reprieve. So much has happened since his arrest, and so much happened right before it. Let's rewind back to late 1991/early 1992. George H.W. Bush was president, and Ned McWhirter, a Democrat, believe it or not, was the governor in Tennessee.
She's country.
Knoxville, in the heart of East Tennessee, was expanding, albeit much slower than it currently is. Unless you live under a rock, you've heard of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. They were also rapidly expanding tourist destinations in 1992.
And on your YT and on your
I'm
anything.
picturing droves of mulleted tourists swishing around in their parachute pants. If you've never been to Pigeon Forge, it's kind of like if Myrtle Beach packed up and headed to the mountains, or if Las Vegas started sitting on the back row of a southern...
Donna Marshall, who do I contact when my credit card was supposed to recharge? It's on the card, but not in coins. Maybe go out and come back in. Go all the way out of your things and then come back in and see if it works. I've had that happen. Yeah. Thank you all.
Baptist church and tried to straighten out its life. One of the big draws in Sevier County, other than the mountains, is Dolly Parton's theme park, Dollywood. In 1992, it was a fraction of its current size, but Dolly was already solidified as a hometown darling with a rags to riches story and a heart to care for the children of the county that had cared for her. There's a podcast I really love called Dolly Parton's America about how Dolly is somehow one of the last things that seems to unite Americans from vastly different backgrounds. I'll link it in the description because it's that good. Anyway, back to early 1992.
Right.
On Top 40 Radio in February of 1992, Genesis was declaring, "I Can't Dance," while Bonnie Raitt lamented, "I Can't Make You Love Me." Elton John and George Michael begged, "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me." Nirvana sang about teen spirit and was on the cutting edge of one of my favorite musical genres, 90s grunge rock. In politics, the Cold War was finally formally ended, and 1992 was a presidential election year. Tennessee actually went for Bill Clinton, which was the first time the state chose a Democratic presidential candidate since Jimmy Carter's election in the late 70s. Bill Clinton was also the last time Tennessee went to a Democratic presidential candidate. Blount and Sevier counties, where this story takes place, had roughly half the population in 1992 that they do today. Reading news reports and looking at photos from then feels like looking back into a different universe. And I guess in a lot of ways it was. Time and progress over the last 30 years have changed not only the way we live, but also the very landscape where these crimes took place. Roads have been constructed, torn down, and built again. Businesses have come and gone. Massive amounts of earth have been moved.
If you're new in here, if you don't care, give me a follow. I need some followers for this live to be counted at 40%. Hey, Sue, come on in. Thank you all for grabbing your heart me's when you come in, sharing us out. If you hold the screen, send to all of those people. That'll get us out there. We're up to 529 shares. It's the number on the arrow. And thank you for the stickers. Moving the chat helps. Tap the screen. Grab everybody in the room that has engaged. You know, if they've got a number, they have engaged, so you know that they're real. Hey, Gary, Wayne, Sutton, Page, how are you, Carolyn? Thank you for the shares. Watch Carolyn come in here and throw that thing out like it's hot.
Thank you all. To make way for the influx of visitors
We're watching
and residents
or listening
to
to the
Sevier
Time
counties.
of Death, episode
Some
1.
places you'll hear about in this case, like Howie's Hideaway, are lost to time. Others haven't changed a bit. If you're like me and love to Google Street View an area, you're probably going to be very confused. I'll try to remember to point out spots where the street view from today is not going to match the landscape in 1992. And some of these places are still so rural that the Google car with the little...
Also, if you haven't, it's available where podcasts are available. You need to go grab it, along with Back Porch Confessions podcast. Back Porch Confessions and Time of Death podcasts are both available on the podcast places. Thank you, Carolyn. All right, are we ready to start again?
Camera on top has yet to make it out there and probably isn't going to make it out there for a while yet.
That phone number to the governor is still under review.
For this case, you need to know that Sevier County and Blount County neighbor each other, and the Great Smoky Mountains roll through both of them towards the southern terminus of the Appalachian Mountains. Even the flattest terrain in Blount and Sevier counties is made of rolling hills, but the Smokies are the dominant landform. In fact, the victims in this story were residents of the Smokies. They lived in a holler on the northeastern side of Bluff Mountain, which is between Pigeon Forge and Maryville. Quick aside, a holler, also known as a hollow, is kind of like a very small valley. They occur between hills and on mountainsides. Generally, there's some manner of creek running through a holler. While there's a small flat expanse in a holler, the terrain around the flat spots is very steep. The state's theory of the case is this. Then 28-year-old Gary Sutton, his uncle, 41-year-old James Dellinger, and Gary's best friend, 24-year-old Tommy Griffin, went out drinking and ended up at a bar called Howie's Hideaway in Maryville, Tennessee, on Friday, February 21st, 1992. Maryville is the county seat in Blount County. According to the state, they left the bar, got in a fistfight on the shoulder of Alcoa Highway near Hunt Road, still in Blount County, and then James and Gary drove off without Tommy. Tommy, who was found shirtless and drunk on the side of the road by an Alcoa police officer, was booked into the Blount County Jail a short time later for public intoxication. The state says Gary and James drove back to the holler on Bluff Mountain in Sevier County and lit Tommy's mobile home on fire before returning to Maryville, where they bailed Tommy out of jail, drove to nearby Walland, Tennessee, shot him in the back of the head with a shotgun, and dumped his body down an embankment near a popular swimming area on Manning Lane before returning home to James's trailer. Next day, Saturday, February 22nd, the state contends that Gary and James went back to Howie's Hideaway, this time with Tommy's older sister Connie Branham, where she became intoxicated. After leaving Howie's, the state's theory of the case says that James and Gary shot and killed Connie and set her car on fire on a logging road along Clear Fork in Sevier County, which is another area on the opposite side of Bluff Mountain from the holler she and Tommy called home. The motive in the state's theory of the case is that they had to kill Connie because she was on to them for the murder of her brother.
Beth brought up, yes, if you could all go, just not because we're listening here, but go and listen to it and download it and review it and, give her 5 stars. 5 star! I give her 5 on the platforms. That'll help get the story out further, and it will help Beth. And there is a link in there to buy her a cup of coffee because she runs on caffeine and what? Chaos? Caffeine and chaos? Thank you all for being here. Cynicism. I think I knew it was a C, but mine's chaos. I didn't have it up there. Crime, create, cook and connect, and chaos. I should put up there.
Tommy's body was discovered by a fisherman out with his children on the afternoon of Monday, February 24th. Because Tommy was located in Blount County, his murder was later tried in Blount County Circuit Court. Connie's burned-out car wasn't found until late on Friday, February 28th. Because she was located in Sevier County, her murder was tried in Sevier County Circuit Court. The timing of the trials is something we'll have to get into later. James and Gary were tried together for Connie's death in February of 1993, just a year later. The trial for Tommy's death didn't begin until August of 1996. The discovery of Tommy's body on that Monday set off a bit of a media frenzy. The local papers in Sevier and Blount counties covered the death, but so did the Knoxville News Sentinel, which is the metro daily in the area. I actually interned at the News Sentinel when I was getting my journalism degree from the University of Tennessee. Some of the bylines I've run across in my research belong to people who were still at the News Sentinel when I was there in 2011. The Maryville Daily Times was the first paper on the story. On February 25th, the day after Tommy's body was found, the front page featured a photo of investigators staring down the Manning Lane embankment towards Tommy's not visible body.
All right, who do we
The headline
contact,
read,
guys?
quote, Severe.
Donna Marshall says she went out and came back. She logged off. I tell you what you need to do, I bet. Time out on this just for a second. If you have not done this, everybody, you need to do this. If you have glitches on TikTok, go to your app store. I'm not sure how to do this on Android, but this is an iPhone. And search TikTok by name. I never know where to do it. And then go in this way. And when that comes up, don't open it. Hit the icon. And it'll say update right there. If you're up to, if you have a new update. And they've been given 1 or 2 a day. And it'll glitch if you're not updated that way. But it won't show you if you don't go in that way. Good morning, Allie. I thought that was you. Name changed. Not that, Allie. Try that and make sure you're updated. Go to the apps. Are you on an iPhone? When you go in the app store and you get TikTok, it may say update there, but a lot of times it won't. It'll still say open. Don't go that way. Go in by touching this. And then it'll say update right there usually. But I just updated mine this morning, so. She has an iPhone. Man found murdered. Authorities search for missing sister. Try that.
According to this article, written by Anna C. Irvin, Connie was reported missing around 10:30 a.m. on February 24th. Police then responded to the fisherman's call about Tommy's body at 4:34 that afternoon. The state's rough timeline of the case was already coming into focus even in this initial article, as Irvin reported that there'd been a fight on the side of Alcoa Highway on Friday night, that Tommy had been arrested for public intoxication, that his trailer burnt while he was sobering up in the Blount County Jail, and that he was last seen alive after he was bailed out around 11:25 on Friday night. From my research, I also know that James and Gary gave their first voluntary statement to Blount County officers on February 25th. Their voluntary statements, the one from February 25th and another on February 28th, are one of the factors that appeared to have sealed their fate. A news report by Bob Fowler in the Knoxville News Sentinel, printed on the morning of February 28th, before Connie was found, declared, 2 severe men sought in slaying, disappearance. In that article, Fowler reports that Blount County Detective Dale Gorley said that Dellinger, Sutton, and 2 Dellinger family members were spotted loading belongings into 4 different cars and leaving from their Bluff Heights home shortly after Tommy Griffin's funeral on February 27th. That action reportedly caused the cops to issue a be on the lookout for the 2 men, which was published in the local papers. The news reports note that the men quote-unquote surrendered to the Sevier County deputies later on February 28th, but they were released by police early on Saturday morning, which was February 29th, as 1992 was a leap year. We'll talk about that discrepancy and what the news said versus the facts at trial.
You can give her a cup of coffee.
It looks like a pretty dishonest framing of the situation at hand.
A car.
During their statement on February 28th, both of the men were read their rights, also known as being Mirandized. They were separated. I will walk you all through how to do that, and we'll do my review on here because I heard this on Mama T's, but this is the first time I'm listening to it on my device, so I will do the review too. Oh, Carolyn, you have a good day. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget your heart me and share me out. I know you shared me out. Thank you so much. Is today your day off? Today's your day off, isn't it? Thank you for reposting. I appreciate that. You have a good day. You have a good weekend. Judy says, love you, sister from another mister. And questioned again. Gary's questioning took less time than his Uncle James's. According
Hope
to
it's a
testimony from
productive
Blount
one.
County Detective James Widener, he spoke with Gary for 15 to 20 minutes on February 28th, while his interview with James was more like 45 minutes to an hour. While they walked out of the sheriff's office on February 29th, their freedom was short-lived. That evening, Connie's remains were discovered in her burned-out car on a logging road off of South Clear Fork Road near Wares Valley. Her body was so badly burned that she had to be identified through dental records, and that positive ID was published in the Maryville Daily Times on March 3rd. On Thursday, March 5th, 1992, a special session of the Sevier County Grand Jury was called. Gary and James were each indicted with 1 count of first-degree murder.
Oh, bless your heart, honey. Anybody have any suggestion? I got a puzzle piece. Hang on. Anybody have any suggestions for Donna Marshall? She's tried maybe uninstall and reinstall the app. And then I can figure out who to contact, and I'll send you how to make a trouble ticket. You want to do that? Let me write that down real quick so I won't forget. Donna trouble ticket. I think she did, but if you didn't, restart your phone, uninstall TikTok, install it back. And I'll make sure you have a copy if you need. Well, you can go watch this. Donna Marshall. Right. I don't know. I would try to just shut the whole phone down. First uninstall the app. Shut the phone all the way off. Turn it back on. Reinstall the app. Try that way first. Sometimes you just got to reboot everything. And it may need updating on the Coin app. You need help finding what, Judy? How to do a trouble ticket? All right. I'm so sorry you're going through that, Donna. Thank you, though. It's the thought that counts. You don't have to do anything right now if you want to not miss
arson for Connie's death and burned car. They were arrested and held in the Sevier County Jail. The newspaper article announcing their Sevier County indictments quoted Blount County District Attorney General Mike Flynn as saying that he hoped to secure indictments for them in Blount County for the first-degree murder of Tommy Griffin. And that was the last time either of them were free men. In a photo printed in the Knoxville News-Sentinel on March 6th, Gary is being escorted to the Sevier County Jail flanked by 2 officers. Sevier County Detective Mark Turner is wearing a dark suit, dark aviator sunglasses, and is rocking an early 90s mullet. On his other side, Detective Jeff McCarter is wearing a lighter suit with a striped tie. As for Gary, a trucker hat is perched precariously on his head, and he wore an open flannel shirt over a t-shirt with a cartoon character on it. Though he was handcuffed, he held a cigarette between his index and middle fingers on his right hand. Carolyn Weaver, his then-girlfriend, was with him the day he was arrested.
And his now girlfriend.
Here's what Carolyn told me she remembers about that day.
Well, we were pulling out, get ready to go back to the trailer, and all of a sudden, here they are, right around us. Sirens on, guns out. Hey, what happened? And then they just grabbed Gary, threw him down on the hood, handcuffed him, and threw him in the car and took him. And same with James. And I'm standing there like, what the hell just happened? Well, I had opened my trunk while they were all around there too. This happened right like that. It ain't like they came in, they tried to do some talking. Then they said, well, we're going to arrest you for the blah, blah, blah. None of that. It was just they came in, slammed down, handcuffed him in the car, and he was gone.
I met Carolyn for the first time on March 20th, 2026. When I first started looking at Gary's story, it didn't take me long to find the Justice for Gary Facebook page, and Carolyn is the admin. I was also hoping that she would have some of the court filings or police reports or paperwork to help me on my journey. I didn't realize it at the time I drove out to her house, but she lives below Bluff Mountain, about 20 minutes from where James and Tommy lived in 1992. An old dog with piercing blue eyes and a small black and white cat greeted me when I arrived at Carolyn's. She led me into her son's workshop, but when I say workshop, think of it like a huge garage with plenty of space to work on vehicles. But one side is like a clubhouse for adults. They've installed vinyl flooring, a couple pool tables, a literal bar, a fridge, a working jukebox.
Hey, Jeremiah.
There's an old Coca-Cola machine, a projector screen, a couch. There's various sports memorabilia, some old cigarette ads, a gun rack, knickknacks, beer signs. And in the middle, 2 large rectangular folding tables are pushed together, and they're covered in Carolyn's collection of Gary and James files. I had been at the Sevier County Archives building that morning and was bummed that they didn't have the trial transcripts or trial exhibits in the cardboard box they set out for me, because I knew those were my ground zero if I'm going to unpack what happened. The court clerk I spoke with on the phone after I left the archives department, but before I made it out to Carolyn's, said she had no idea where I'd find trial transcripts or exhibits from 1992 and surmised they might be stored in Nashville in the state archives. Whatever Nashville might have stored in state archives for James and Gary's case doesn't hold a candle to Carolyn's collection. That first afternoon at Carolyn's began with me perched on a bar stool next to the folding tables, notepad in hand, recorder sitting on the table, as Carolyn and Gary's niece, Amy King, began telling the story. After about 45 minutes, Carolyn offered me a dining room chair to really settle in, and we talked for almost another 3 hours. We talked about everything. Gary's alibi, the fact that she testified at both trials, how she remained his girlfriend for 4 years after his conviction, how she came back into the picture and began fighting for Gary's exoneration. We talked about Gary and his brother's rough childhood, the PI that's worked on the case, the novella the PI wrote about the story, the alternate suspects, an alleged drug angle, Amy's memories of Gary before his arrest and how her uncle's incarceration shaped her life, and the last-ditch effort for Gary to be deemed intellectually disabled, because that will at least bring him off death row. I also learned this. I wasn't going to need to plan a trip to Nashville to get copies of the trial transcripts. Carolyn had the complete transcript record for both the Sevier and Blount County trials in 2 large plastic totes. I was doing the mental calculations at how long it would take to scan all of that in, and wondering if I was overstepping decency to ask to borrow a perfect stranger's documents for a few weeks, when I learned another thing. The transcripts and appeals documents were already scanned and stored in the cloud. Amy granted me access. And with that, I left out of the holler and went back to Knoxville and started reading the transcript of the Sevier County trial that night. It began with 800 pages of tedious jury selection before District Attorney Al Schmutzer took the floor for opening statements. And he said, quote, "The proof in this case is going to show that a Mrs. Viola Griffin had 10 children, 7 of which were living back up until February of 1992. But by February the 22nd of 1992, she only had 5. Time of Death is a Find Out Media podcast written and recorded by me,
I love
Beth
that
Braden.
version.
Audio editing is by Jamie Hoffman.
Period.
The version of Poor Wayfaring Stranger you hear in this episode was written and performed by Lee McCurry. The sunrise photo and the cover art was taken by my friend and former newspaper coworker, Chris Cannon. Find him on Instagram at Christopher Cannon Photography. Special thanks to Carolyn Weaver, Amy King, Michelle at the Sevier County Courthouse, Herb at the Sevier County Archives, the Sevier and Blount County Libraries, the Maryville Daily Times, and the Sevierville Mountain Press. An extra special thanks to my husband, Chad, who served as my de facto IT guy and ultimate hype man. Shout out to my friend and colleague, Kate Thomas, who encouraged me to keep going in the early days. And mad props to all the rest of my Luna Shark teammates. Mandy, Liz, David, Shannon, Jenny, Grace, and Sam, and all the rest of my family and friends. Online.
So, I know be sure you share. I'm just going to do this and send to my story real quick. And this is where you do it.
Or in real life, who are cheering me on.
There'll be this little button right there.
If you like this podcast, keep listening.
And
Because
if you
there is so
go,
much more to share. And please leave me a 5-star rating and
I'm
a good
backwards,
review
guys.
so more people
Bear with
find
me.
the
If
show.
you go to
If
the
you're interested in going above
hamburger,
and
as some
beyond,
people call
consider
it,
clicking
you
the link in the
can click
description to buy
all
me a
the
coffee. I
episodes.
run
You
on
can set a
caffeine and
timer.
cynicism,
You
but I
can
only
make
managed to
her read
generate one of those
faster.
things
It's
for
real
free.
funny if you
You
put
can
it up
follow
there
Time
high.
of Death Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok, and on the web at timeofdeathpod.com.
Let's rewind that just a bit.
Consider clicking the link in the description beyond.
Listen close.
If you like this podcast, keep listening because there is so much more to share. And please leave me a 5-star rating and a good review so more people find the show. If you're interested in going above and beyond, consider clicking the link in the description to buy me a coffee. I run on caffeine and cynicism, but I only managed to generate one of those things for free. You can follow Time of Death Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok, and on the web at timeofdeathpod.com. Let's
The
see what we
link in the
find out next.
description.
If you're
Right
enjoying
here.
the podcast, please give me a
This
5-star
is
rating
where
and leave a review. It will help other people find the show and give me a bit of a boost in the algorithm.
buy the coffee.
In telling this
All
story,
right,
there are a
Beth.
million different ways to do it. Do I
And
jump
stay
between
connected
sharing
with her
information about the
reporting here.
victims and about Gary Sutton
And
and
you
James
can share
Dellinger
to
while
all of
sprinkling in
these.
court proceedings and details there?
And find her there.
Do I go straight
and
through
here
with court details and add in the human
is where
pieces as I
you would
find
go
space?
find the pod.
Should I start with the Sevier County trial or the Blount County trial? Where in the world will I put the information about
Click
the appeals?
that.
It's both a blessing and a curse to have all of the information from the last 30 years readily available, as I don't need to file a ton of Freedom of Information Act requests. But I do have to figure
So if
out
you
how to
click that
synthesize
link,
all
this
of
is
this
where
to
it
tell a
takes you.
cohesive, complete story. But I also have to
And
hurry,
it'll
because Gary's days are
tell you
running
where
out.
you can find it.
This is Time of Death
I'm on
Podcast.
that one.
I'm Beth
So you
Braden,
just
and you're
click
going with
that.
me on a real-time investigation as the clock ticks down towards Gary
I'm going to
Sutton's
send you the link,
execution.
Judy, real quick. So I don't forget. I wrote it down, but I'll do it since I've got it right here. Next episode, put a 1 in the comments if you want to hear the next episode. Put a 2 in the comments if you've already heard it. You're welcome, sweetie. You want to.
Tommy Griffin and Connie Branham are buried side by side in the Martin Justice Cemetery in Sevier County, Tennessee. Their father, Ben Griffin, hadn't been dead for a full year before they joined him. According to testimony in the Sevier County trial, Ben Griffin died by suicide in April 19...
Kicked you out. I'm not surprised. TT been acting weird. We've only had 140 people through the room. We usually have 1,200, 1,100 people through here. We've only had 600. We've had 645 shares, which is amazing. Thank you. It's actually Aixa, Our Way Skin, makes organic skincare. It's just literally a butter. I use it on my face, my lips. I like these wrinkles. Thank you. And TikTok thinks it's a vape. It's just my lips with a lot of oil on it. Cocoa butter, vitamin E, castor oil. I forget what else she puts in it. Oh, girl, you need to be hooked up with Aixa. Where are you, Aixa? I've got the body bar. Let me tell you something. If you use... I got to get another one. If you use Aixa's, you put it on one time in the morning. You might have to reapply if you take a shower, of course. But you put that on one time. And you stay hydrated all day long. All day. And I have such dry, flaky skin. Yes, you are. I would not steer you wrong, sister. And she'll make it your way. She gets your formula down to your way. And she's called Our Way Skin. Or word of mouth. She has the 2 accounts. Yes, you do. I promise you, you do. She has the little butter bars like this. That I use this everywhere. I'm happy with this. But then she made me that body bar because I wanted a bigger one. She makes it considered good design to everyone's need. Yeah. Yeah, she'll find out if your combination dry, oily, and the ingredient she pulls from I don't know how many butters and oils, and they're amazing. You won't. I honestly thought I had found the best lotion ever in my life that kept me hydrated. And I stocked up on it. I have a case of this. It doesn't compare. I kid you not, it does not compare. And I'm going to send her, see, where'd it go? I got a bigger one even. I'm going to send her this size to make me one this size. Hey, everybody, thanks again for coming in and doing the things and sharing us out. We're going to listen to the second episode of the Time of Death podcast with Beth Braden. Beth is with us. Would you like to come up and talk, Beth? Would you like to special guest? Since this is your creation and all, tell people what inspired this and things. Let me change that layout if you would like.
Hello, y'all. Can you hear me?
I can. Where'd you go?
Oh, I think I'm still here.
Let me move you back up here somewhere. Bigger. It's harder to see I want you bigger, but it's harder to see the comments. I know. Hang on. Bear with me. Did you want up too, Tracy? Did you request? I know what to do. I'm just not savvy with this stuff. Boom! There you are.
Oh, well, we're just going to look at the little picture of me because I don't know if you guys saw the TikTok I did a second ago, but I was serious when I said I look like a haint out before breakfast. I'm getting ready to go get in the shower.
Nobody here cares. Nobody here cares. Half of us are in the shower or in our pajamas.
Well, thank you all for listening to the podcast. I'm super excited to drop it. I'm super excited to share the story. I live in Knoxville, so I was born and raised here in East Tennessee. I live in Knoxville, and when I heard about this story, I was like, this is a story that I can tell. So I decided to tell it. So the first episode dropped, or the first 3 dropped last night. I'm planning to drop one every week.
I wish it was more.
I know.
I said I'd babysit so you could work. I'm not far.
But I am excited to tell the story. I'm really thankful that I've had all the court documents and the transcripts and stuff available so that I can tell the story. And I'm excited to see what happened.
Accurately.
Yes, accurately is very important. And I'll talk about it a little bit in episode 3. But one of the things that I've done is I have built a timeline that's on the podcast website at timeofdeathpod.com. And I'll continue to add to that as I add more pieces to the story. And I also put a map up this morning where I started adding like points of interest for people as they're listening to the podcast if they want to get a better visual of the rough place, the estimate where I don't know the exact place and the exact place where I do know the exact place for where some of these things happened.
So you can go and you can look. And by the way, did you see Susie's comments?
Oh, let's see. Headed to
timeofdeath.com. Why did it take me to?
No, timeofdeathpod.
Pod, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Pod.com. And then that takes you to there. And if you go in up here, is where, well, on
there's
the
a drop
iPad,
down.
Yeah,
there'll be on mobile and on iPad. There should be a drop down menu at the top right that'll let you navigate.
And there'll be a timeline right here. But you can go through all of them. You can go to home, and it will tell you where you can watch it. It'll have the episodes, where you sign up, and you will have to register, which is a very good idea. I lost it again. Jeez, oh Pete. Or subscribe. It's free.
I know. Eventually, I imagine a world in which I could like send a newsletter or something when I put an episode out, but I don't anticipate being able to do that for a while. So signing up on my website isn't nearly as important as listening to it in the platform and sharing from there.
That's what we need to do. And whenever I play these 3 today, we'll walk through that, and then you too can watch it. I don't know, is it like TikTok videos, even if they don't have time to watch it, but they want to give you the credit? Can they like swipe it all the way through, like watching it all the way through?
You know, I'm not sure. I've never tried.
I know on TikTok it gets credit.
Does it?
Yeah. You just hold down on the screen up there by the room number up there, and it'll double time it. And
Oh. I don't know. I mean, give it a try. I guess we'll see what happens.
But when you do watch it, be sure to give her 5 stars, and be sure you find that cup of coffee or a car, whatever. I'm sorry I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. But yeah, just super excited to tell the story. I've got the next several episodes kind of planned out in my head. I had a friend teach me quite a bit about audio editing, so I'm pretty good shape there. Somebody that I know from my church, because I sing in the church choir, somebody from the churches who's playing that version of Poor Wayfaring Stranger.
Doing a very good job.
Thank you. And then the clock ticking in the beginning is my husband's very own clock that I recorded yesterday because I needed the sound effect.
You make do with what you've got. Use what you've got. That's what I always say in my recipes. If you don't have exactly what it's called for, use what you've got.
Exactly. Well, and yins wouldn't believe how expensive sound effects can be. It's crazy. Like, why would I pay for the clock a recording of a clock ticking when I got a clock in my own dang house? You know,
ticking the right way.
Exactly. It ticks. It'll do.
Improvise. That's right. That's right, Susie. Ellen, thanks for tapping, guys. And we do have how many? We have had 710 shares. So if you're just coming in, we're listening to the Time of Death podcast with Beth Braden, who's in the picture there.
I know.
Who's in the box.
That picture, I got to be real honest, you guys, that was like me in 2020, before the pandemic, before I had my 3rd baby, before like 3 of my grandparents died in 18 months.
Oh, so no.
I look a lot younger and less haggard there than I currently do, but I just really love that picture.
Stop it, negative. That's stankin' thinking. Stankin' thinking. You have a question. Can't find where to leave a review on Apple Podcasts.
Let's see, Margaret, I think that what you'll have to do is, like, after you listen to a couple episodes, I think is when Apple will give you the option to leave a review. The podcast platforms try to keep it from being a situation where somebody can just brigade review something without listening to it. So it's probably not going to give you the option until you've heard a couple episodes.
There it is. Let me see what it says. Let's see. You can download, bookmark. There's all the info. Huh. Is it on your iPad, laptop, or on your phone? Go to show, report a concern. See all. Let's see. There's follow. Go to episode, share, download, save, report a concern, play next.
When you go to where all the episodes are listed on Apple Podcasts, if you scroll to the bottom, does it have like a rating and review spot? Because I have like a rating and review spot. Yeah. So that would be what that looks like.
Yeah, there's where you would do it.
Well, y'all, I am going to jump off here because I wasn't kidding about needing that shower.
Everybody showers during my life. You're fine.
So I will catch up with you later, but I appreciate you listening, and just please, listen, everybody, please listen to it like from your own device, because that'll help get more plays up, and
Right.
just share it. Tell a friend.
All right. Thank you, hon.
I appreciate you.
You want me to let you down?
Yeah, go ahead and let me down. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye, hon. Wait, where was that again, Cheryl? Let me go to Apple. Yes, thank you, Beth, for doing this. So when you go in from the Apple Podcast page, you scroll not on that one. No, let me get back to the actual, like when you listen to the episode. No. How did I do? Oh, okay. When you pull it up, maybe. Of course, I can't find it when I need to. Okay, that's Apple. Okay. It is our way. Let me get you. I'll pull it up and you can take a screenshot. And if you message her, you always just DM her. She's traveling today, but she'll get your DM and tell her you heard about it here, and she'll give you a free, like if you order the butter bar, you'll get a free lippy stick, tip from Home Depot with the same kinds of stuff, more tailored to you. Let's see, our waist skin. This is her, and it's all organic, handmade by her for you with love. Natural organic skincare line. And she has a website, but if you order from the website, you won't get the free lippy. So inbox her and tell her where you heard about it. You'll be happy. Now, be sure to tell her, do you like a slicky lippy or do you like more of a chappy lippy? Be sure and tell her that, because she'll make it either way. All right, Mars Mom. Thank you, Paula. It is. How many people in here has it? Put a heart or a one, or throw a rose or something. Yeah, no, right? We're just small women-owned businesses doing our thing. And literally, hang on, I'll show you her other website. Welcome in. Thank you, Susie. This is her other one, and word of mouth works best. She's 49 years young. She just launched her own. It's a year old. She's had her year anniversary. Yes, we all push the small businesses whenever we're in. Thank you, Judy. That is my Q.R. code. Oh no, I'm running out of time to get something for Mom. I really am. But here she is. Isn't she beautiful? And I've been using it on my 60-year-old neck and my 3 chins. Yes, we do. We support. And I'm just telling you, if I find something I love, I'm spreading the word. So thank you for the heart me, Tabby. How are you doing today? What's my email? My son just wants to know. Give me a second. Okay. Did we put, how many people in here have our waist skin products? You're sick. Why? Why are you sick? Barbara's sick. Paula's recovering from a procedure. Tiff needs prayers for her mom. Golly, you off. A gnat is bugging me. Okay, let me see if I can find where that is again. Okay, report a problem. No, stay connected. Transcript. I literally have no idea where I found that. Well, we'll look it up here in a minute. Oh no, Judy. Have you got a fever? You might have caught something when you were at the hospital. How was your husband? Did you get to see him? Sinuses. I am so sorry. Don't step outside and breathe that polluted air. I hope it's not the new strain of the Rona. All right, are we ready? We'll figure out how to do the stuff later. Dang it.
This is for the powerful, the
Good.
energetic,
Oh, he loves the food.
champions.
Well, if it'll help him eat.
YMCALouisville.org.
Please be advised. This episode contains discussion of mental health troubles, suicide, and suicide attempts. Please take care of yourself as you listen, and if you or anyone you know is struggling with mental health issues or suicidal thoughts, help is available by calling or texting 988,
That put
the
us to
Suicide and Crisis
721
Lifeline.
shares.
You can also find them on the web at 988lifeline.org. Now,
I don't know
on to
what
the show.
side to put it on.
Chapter 2, The Bells That Tolled Before. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2026, and in 220 days, on December 3rd, 2026, the state of Tennessee is going to execute Gary Wayne Sutton for the 1992 homicide of his best friend, Tommy Griffin, and Tommy's sister, Connie Branham. If you've not yet heard episode 1, go back and listen so you're all caught up.
Definitely.
Also,
We just listened
if you're
to
enjoying the
episode 1.
podcast, please give me a 5-star rating and leave a review. It will help other people find the show and give me a bit of a boost in the algorithm. In telling this story, there are a million different ways to do it. Do I jump between sharing information about the victims and about Gary Sutton and James Dellinger while sprinkling in court proceedings and details there? Do I go straight through with court details and add in the human pieces as I find space? Should I start with the Sevier County trial or the Blount County trial? Where in the world will I put the information about the appeals? It's both a blessing and a curse to have all of the information from the last 30 years readily available, as I don't need to file a ton of Freedom of Information Act requests, but I do have to figure out how to synthesize all of this to tell a cohesive, complete story. But I also have to hurry, because Gary's days are running out. This is Time of Death Podcast. I'm Beth Braden, and you're going with me on a real-time investigation as the clock ticks down towards Gary Sutton's execution.
This one's 21 minutes. Okay, good. Hello.
Hey, is that for your,
Sorry about that. You have a quick question?
Tommy Griffin.
I have a quick. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You found the review. I have a quick question. What were y'all saying was good for type 2? Berberine and cinnamon. You're welcome. This one come from the TikTok Zon. The Zon. You're welcome.
And Connie Branham are buried side by side in the Martin Justice Cemetery in Sevier County, Tennessee. Their father, Ben Griffin, hadn't been dead for a full year before they joined him. According to testimony in the Sevier County trial, Ben Griffin died by suicide in April 1991. Their mother, Viola Griffin, died in May 1994, a little over a year after Gary Sutton and James Dellinger were convicted of killing Connie, but before they stood trial for Tommy's death. Tommy and Connie were 2 of Viola and Ben Griffin's 10 children. 3 of the children died in childhood, leaving Bill, James, Tommy, Tammy, Connie, Stella, and Lucy in early...
Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Suicide and self-harm. For educational purposes. Unclear, I'm not sure why. The decision is fair. TikTok should allow. My live does not contain... I don't know, what should I pick? Because I did have trigger warning, but I changed it to tell what we were watching. The choices are: the notice is unclear and I'm still not sure why I got this restriction. The decision is fair and the restriction is reasonable. TikTok should allow content like mine. My live does not contain the content mentioned in the notice, which we know that it was mentioned. I understand the decision, but the restriction is too strict, or something else. I don't know what to pick. Something else. The notice is unclear. I'm not sure why I got it. The decision is fair is the second one, and the restriction is reasonable. Third is TikTok should allow content like mine. My live does not contain the content. I understand the decision, but the restriction's too strict. Or number 6 is something else. Sending us feedback is not, I'm just going to say something else. So we're restricted for 10 minutes. We'll be eligible because your live does not comply with the 4U mental health. The reason is because of mental health. I'm just going to say that we should have it. Yeah, that we should be allowed to talk about this. I'm going to change this to something short. What should it be for mental health awareness or trigger warning, or what do you think would bypass? Mental health awareness? No. Mental health issues. Mental health topics. Contains mental health topics. I don't know what to put. Contains. If it's long enough. We'll see. We're restricted. I got 2 restrictions, actually. Okay. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and restricted for suicide and self-harm. And then the other one. So it's restricted for the whole live for suicide and self-harm. And it's only restricted for 10 minutes for mental health. Advocacy, mental health. Well, we're not going to be sent out anymore. The whole live is being banned, or it's all going to be on shares, reshares, populars. I don't even know. Do they matter? Advocacy. Mental health. Didn't restart it. They're not restarting mine. I would have to restart. Go out and come back. What do y'all think? I have to be able to get it out because we have to get it out. I'll be back, guys. If you're not following me, please follow really quick and hit your notification bell so that you'll get notified when I come on. It won't, I can go back live on this one. I'll just shut it down and come back on. And it won't count for the new one. Let's see, did we hit the goals at least? We got 5 new followers. We had 187 people in the room with 754 shares. Go, hurry, okay. I'll be back. We'll have to do all the shares and everything over again.